has pressure. There's been a change in America. A big change in America. It's a new day in America. This year, 2008, is a historical year for the labor movement and for this country. In the election of the majority in the Senate, an election to a great, great humanitarian with Barack Obama as our president, he came about to cover you. We're free again. We're one step from being free. Free Americans fighting for many, many years on the streets of blood and sweat in this city, where heads have been busted, where 13 international unions convened their convention. Pittsburgh, the home of the AFL. It's the home of the CIO. It's the home of the AFL-CIO. And it's the home of America's labor movement. And that's why we're here today. And I'm honored, really honored, to have the senior senator, the senior senator from the state of Pennsylvania that's 29 years in the Senate, come join us today. Let me tell you, Arlen Specter,
Thank you very much, Mr. President Bill George, for recounting the many occasions when I have stood with labor. And I intend to talk a little bit about that, but first I want to talk about employees' free choice. And I welcome this opportunity to speak to you about that subject that I know how important it is to you. I planned to come down in an open neck shirt today, but Ed Rendell gave me this tie last night. And it's the symbol of the Democratic Party. And I intend to address the convention a little later this morning and to talk about my Democratic roots. My parents, immigrants, were FDR Democrats, and I was a JFK Democrat. And when I was elected district attorney of Philadelphia on the Republican ticket, I was a Democrat even then. And I'm pleased and proud to be back and to wear this tie and to carry the Democratic banner. Now on to employees' free choice. I understand the problems which labor is facing with the exporting of jobs, the problems on pensions and the problems on health care. And from chairing the Appropriations Subcommittee for 10 years, what labor has gone through with the National Labor Relations Board, not being a fair adjudicatory body, what has gone on with OSHA, what's happened with MNCHA and mine safety. And I know the problems you've had in organizing, and I heard my friend Mike Doyle go over a long list of problems that I agree with. Hard to believe the endorsement. And I know the difficulties you have in getting the first contract. And I am working hard to find legislation which is going to be a little different than the way it's proposed in employees' free choice, but will be enacted by the Senate. Now it takes 60 votes, and I've been working with John Sweeney and Rich Trumka and Bill George and Andy Stern and Eileen Conley and many, many others, and with many senators to come to that conclusion. We had a long meeting last Thursday. We've got another one on Tuesday, and I'm committed to find an answer which will satisfy you. I'm committed to find an answer which will satisfy you. and I'm optimistic that we can do that. But let me tell you about some other things that are happening which I think are also important.